Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jake, and you are joining me for the first round of the 2022 SRK Championship. We are at Castle Combe, and I have a head camera. But I'm just going to address the elephant in the room that the camera is not very well positioned, as you will see throughout this video. So I do apologise for that. Yeah, it didn't really cross my mind that it might not be in the best position. I thought I left it in the same position I did for the previous race I did at Team Sport, but no, it's pretty bad. So here we are, we're going out for practice, and this is a track I've already driven once in the last year's championship, and I just thought I'd give you a little running commentary of the first lap. So this is at the top of the circuit. Just get past up the inside there. This is just on the practice. We had 3-minute practice, which you can do about 6 laps in. Very short circuit, this indeed. Just go through the last couple of corners, going on to the start-finish straight. This is the start-finish straight here. All the way in turn 1, a quick dab on the brakes, flick it into turn 1. You want to get a really good exit here, just to take as much speed up the hill, flat out through the chicane, just flat out all the way at the top of the hill. You'll hear the engine on the car just straining, dab on the brakes, slide it into the hairpin, all downhill now. It's quite a difficult, tricky corner this is. I'm still trying to work it out. Just a dab on the brakes there, and flat out all the way through it, all the way. It doesn't feel like you should be, but you are, and then you come across the start finish line, and that is a lap of the Castle Combe kart track. And we're just coming into the pit lane now at the end of our practice session, just parking it up, and yeah, waiting for the heat. So this championship works. You've got 3 heats. You start from the first to the front, the back, and the middle. It's not really put in a certain order. You don't know where you're going to start for each one. We're going out now to start our first heat. We're starting 6 out of 9, so right in the middle for the first one. So it's a pretty good place to start your first heat. You don't want to be at the front, maybe. It's always best to get a bit warmed up first. I always find. But we're lining up on the left-hand side, which is really not where you want to be. As you see, there's a bit of the track kind of just sticks out, and we're a light side, and away we go. And you just get kind of pushed out to the side here, and everyone just passes you up the inside. There's absolutely nothing you can do. You just hope you don't get run out too wide into the barrier like we do there. We get run out here, and we do get past a bit. That guy's had a pretty bad exit. We've been pushed into the wall. We're side by side, coming up to the top of the circuit. You can't really do much on the outside. Again, it's just, well, we've got past at the inside twice now. We've hit the barrier a couple of times, but it's been an absolute disastrous start. We've went all the way back down. Well, I think we went to last place, 9th place now in the first heat, so it's really not an ideal start at all. And these are the full races here. I've kept in the full races. You see, we're really close to the kart in front, but it's just really tricky to really do anything from that position. You can't really overtake around a lot of these corners, and it's got a lot smoother there. I don't know why. Why it's got a lot smoother, but I'm trying to work that out for some reason. But yeah, just trying to stay with the guys in front as much as we can. There's only about 3 real overtaking opportunities around this track, and if those corners are well defended, you've got the first corner, the hairpin at the top, and just like the 3 braking zones, really, if they're well defended, then you can't really do much. As you see, this guy's going to go up the inside now. He's going to push that guy wide, and that's going to leave the door nicely open for us, and we're going to get it back on the switchback. Got the inside line to the chicane. We do have a little bit of contact. It could easily push me into the wall there, but, well, it was a bit close. It was a bit nip and tuck, but we do manage to get out of it all right, and we're up to 8th now, and just trying to see if we can muscle our way past anyone else. A lot of the moves you have to go for it. You have to kind of send it, and you have to get your elbows out a bit, and that's just not something I'm completely used to yet. It's something I definitely need to work on. See, we're right behind this guy in 7th, almost virtually pushing him, but as long as he blocks that inside line, which he doesn't really do, but we don't want to go for a crazy unexpected dive bomb either. So yeah, it is very tricky to overtake on this track. It is basically like the Monaco of qualifying. You need to be on the right grid start, right grid side, which is the right hand side, and you need to have a good qualifying position really. But anything on the left hand side is kind of shit. You see, just coming to the end of the race now. It's going to be the last lap or 2 now. Slide around the final few corners. It's not the final lap, please forgive me for that. As you can see, we'll get a little bit of a view up front. There is quite a large train in front of us. But again, like I said, it is really the Monaco of kart tracks. You can't really overtake much. They are side by side. He's going to go for the inside move there. The guy in front of us, we're side by side with a very brief moment, but we just can't. You can't overtake around the outside there. Just absolutely nothing you can do. We try to get a better exit than him out of the first corner, and yeah, that's it. It is just following, and just hoping that the little opportunity will emerge or someone will make a mistake. This round always throws up very different results, very crazy results. As you see, just crossing the start-finish line now. That is the first heat done. So we started 6th and we finished 8th out of 9th. So I wasn't particularly happy with this heat, but hey ho, there's not much you could do. It is what it is. Then we just move on to the next one, which will be starting 2nd out of 7 actually. I think 7 or 8. There was a couple of people missing from this one. So we're just lining up nice in that grid slot. But again, we're on the left-hand side, so we will lose out on the start. That's just the nature of this track. And well, we've got an empty slot behind us. That's always good. We've got Luke Cooper on pole position on our right-hand side, who's very quick and yeah, not really aiming to challenge him. Just trying to get a good result, get some good points here, and hopefully get into a good final. That was really my goal for this race. And we get a decent start. We just slide in behind Luke. There you go. We've got someone up the inside now, and this is where you kind of just get pushed wide. That's it, almost into the barrier, and that's it. There's 2 carts through already. That guy just comes out of nowhere. He does barge us, but it is an elbows out track. And it just throws us offline, and we've lost another place. So we've already lost 3 places. Make that 4 because someone's passed us up the inside. I should have had that covered, but I didn't. Completely my fault there. So we've already lost good 3-4 places. So yeah, it really hasn't been the ideal start at all. So we're down in 6th now after the first lap, and we've really just got to try to focus on making up as many places as we can. So another thing about these races, these heats, they are 8 laps long, and the finals are 10 laps. But I can definitely sense that I'm quicker than the guy in front. We seem to be much closer than we have been to some of the other drivers. So I really wanted to get past this guy, because I knew that if I couldn't, then I'm going to get past from someone behind. If I don't get my elbows out, someone else will. And we get a very good exit out of the first corner. You can see we're so close behind, and I decided here I'm going to go for it. He's not blocked the inside. I'm going to send it really late. And well, I thought about sending it late, but I just couldn't get it done there, as he was just a bit later on the brakes. But you will see the frustration does start to build up. Again, we get a decent exit out the first corner, and we're just closing ever so much on the driver in front. Let's come around that last corner again. We've slipped away a little bit. I think we've got a little tap from behind, but we're all right. We're maintaining position at the moment. And just trying our best just to get closer. You can see we're really closing in now, and we've definitely got the pace. You see a much better exit through turn 1, and that exit there will affect you the whole way up the hill. It's very important. And I think this is where I'll go for the move. So he's left the the inside completely open. I've just thrown it up the inside, made a little bit of contact on the exit, but the move is done, and up into P5. So yeah, that's how you make a move at Castle Combe karting. I just didn't make many of them in this round as much as I would like to. And yeah, the rest of this race really was just try to maintain that position. I just try to bring it home because the other guys were quite far ahead. What I wasn't doing so much this year, maybe what I did last year, was looking behind. When I actually had a look at some of the other camera angles from behind, I was like, wow, I didn't realise they were that close to me. But yeah, it's a shame about the camera angle, but it is something I will fix, and it will not happen again. Well, definitely not in the next few rounds, so please bear with it, and it will be fixed. You see, he just goes up the inside. He tries to do what we did on him a couple of laps before, but we just get a better exit there on the outside. Surprisingly, we managed to keep him behind. And after that hairpin, I'll show you when we go back round. So very important to have a good run up here, as I've already said. And if you want to defend into this corner, all you have to do is position it more on the inside, and they just will not be able to pass you. They can't pass around the outside here. And for this corner down here, just position it ever so slightly to the right, compromise your speed, but they can't pass you. There was a lot of moves on the inside there where people would just be passed or they'd be pushed out the way, and it did happen a lot. But there you go, Heat 2 finished. P5 out of P8, I think, or P9 is one of those. But yeah, decent result, just not as good as I wanted it to be. So I was a bit disappointed. But hey ho, here we go. Moving on to the last heat now. So this is where we need the points. Heat number 3, we are starting 8th out of 9. We're on the right hand side this time, so that's good. But yeah, still quite far back. But this is where it gets interesting. If you look at the first corner, we've got actually 3 wide there. We've got Morgan Durrant going up the inside. And if that guy's hit the wall or has been forced into the wall, we clip him with the back of the car. And luckily, don't hit him with the front because, well, that would have hurt a lot, I imagine. And we've actually gained a couple of places from that. So we've gained 2 places, but then something I haven't actually seen happen in this championship before. The red flag came out because they couldn't get the car out in time. So red flag, and it's going to be a grid restart. We're going to go back to our starting position. So I was a little bit frustrated because I gained a couple of places. But it is what it is, and hopefully we'll do that again. That's where we are on the grid. Light out again, and again we're going to go 3 wide. There's Morgan Durrant again up the inside, so we're 3 wide. Get pushed out a little bit, but it's not too bad. We've managed to maintain those 2 positions. We're up the inside there. We get squeezed right into the barrier. We're unable to pass there, and that just completely ruins our momentum. But yes, we've so far managed to keep those 2 places there. We've managed to pass one and maintain one, so we are still up in P8. So yeah, it's been or P7, I think we're in P7. Yeah, P7 it would be. So yeah, we're in P7, so we've had a really good start there, and we've got another driver up in front that we'll just try to pass. So we got the speed, but he's blocking the lines what he needs to block, and yeah, that's it really. You can't really do much in that position. So yeah, just follow him ever so closely. We've got 2 good quick drivers behind us. Actually, one of the guys behind me in this race, I guess he was nudging me a bit, but it wasn't anything major. I didn't think anything of it anyway. But after the race, he came up to me and he apologised for. He said he's a good clean driver. He doesn't mean anything by it. But yeah, I mean, I didn't really notice anything that was bad or crazy. So yeah, it was nice though. It was nice to have a gentleman driver for sure. You don't really get many of them. I think there's a lot of testosterone and anger. I think a lot of these karters, but you know, it's just part of it. So yeah, that was a nice change. But anyway, back to the race, and yeah, still stuck behind this driver in front, who I feel like we definitely had the pace to get past, but again, you just can't always get past it. It is a Trulli train. It's like Trulli's first victory in Monaco. You just, if you can't pass, you can't beat him. So yeah. But yeah, overall, this weekend felt really good. I mean, I felt my pace was really good. I felt comfortable. I felt fast, and I just felt better and quicker than I did last year. But I still finished a lot lower than I did. So yeah. But I think the competition and the level of drivers this year is just insane. The competition is so tough. It's so challenging. So getting those good results is going to be a lot harder. Last year when I came here, I was 21st overall and I finished 2nd in class. So I had a lot of expectations and hope for this round. But I think my expectations, well, they've definitely set high for myself. And yeah, spoiler alert, it ain't going to pay off how I wanted it to. But anyway, so we go back to heat number 3, just pushing as hard as we can. You can see there, just getting a bump from behind. But nothing really came off it. We're still in P7, still maintaining that place that we need. Just try to get as many points as we can. So there's different finals in this. All the Prod and the Am drivers are together. All race together, and the points you collect will decide what final you start in, and how many finals there are is dependent on how many rounds there are. or how many drivers there are, sorry, in the round. So for this track, it was, I think there was 6 finals because we had about 50 odd drivers. So it was a massive, massive turnout. But there we go. Finished the race, P7. So we actually gained a place. I was happy with that, and I actually felt like that was probably my strongest race of the day. So you'll see in a minute, getting my number 28. That was my number for the day, and deciding to go up to Dad and be like, yeah, there you go, fist bump. I was pretty happy. I was pretty proud of that, keeping behind some of the quicker drivers, and yeah, good race. But here we are. This is where the points are scored, the big boy points. It is the finals. So there were 6 finals in this day. With the points that we scored in the heats, we started 3rd in the 5th final. So obviously the first final was the A final, B final, C final. They're like the top ones. So we were in the second last final, which isn't good. It is what it is. And again, some very fast drivers in here. So even for the 5th final, a lot of these drivers were very quick. So as we line up on the grid for the final light to go out, whenever that wants to go out, there goes the marshal just telling us to look at the light, and there we go, out very quickly. And we get a really good start actually, but you can't really do much because there's no room. So up into the first corner, usual bumping and tapping. We're just trying to keep that driver behind us, but he gets in front of us, and we're already lost a place there. Got a driver trying to go around the outside, just not being able to do it though. And like I said, these finals are 10 laps, so they're a bit longer. And yeah, I think we've lost a couple of places and the first lap. And how the finals work is the winner of each final goes through, but only one, and they start at the back for the next final. So I can't remember how many drivers there were in this final, but there were a bit more. See, up the inside, can't remember that guy's name, but he is very quick. Well, he's a pro driver, definitely. Is for him to be this far back wasn't usual, so he's obviously not had a good weekend at all. I think he had a crash actually that he injured his foot, so I doubt he's watching this, but if you are, I hope you're feeling better, mate. So yeah, again, not really in our league, and not really too much of a point of trying to fight. Well, there is, because we want to get through. Yeah, so I was really just trying to keep up with him, and that's what this race was about. Just trying. But as soon as I kind of got into a rhythm, I got into a flow, I felt like I was pushing out, going as fast as I could. I just couldn't really get close enough to pass anyone. I was definitely keeping up with them to a certain extent, but I just couldn't get close enough to do anything about that. So yeah, it's a shame. I mean, when you're pushing your hardest and you feel like you're really doing the best you can, but you can't really, you don't really have the results to prove it. It is a bit disappointing, but it is just the way racing is sometimes. So yeah, I'm gonna leave you now for one lap of pure noise and enjoyment. And there you go. There's a pure noise and enjoyment lap of Castle Combe, whatever the hell that means. There was a little bit of drama in this race, actually, at one point. I think it's just about now, actually. Maybe the next lap. I need to remember when things happen. But yeah, this race was fairly lonely. Yeah, nothing really happened. There wasn't really any battles or anything amazing. It was just a lonely final. I think it really just summed up the day. Really, just not quick enough to really do anything about anything. And yeah, just drove as best as I could for this whole round, and just didn't really get the results that I wanted. But I'll definitely bounce back stronger for Herefordshire. Herefordshire's a great track. Last year it didn't go so great, but yeah, hopefully it's not raining, but it is near Wales, so it probably will rain. As you can just hear, there is a driver who's actually sideways, and what's happened is I went round the outside to get round it because I didn't think I could go up the inside because I thought he was blocking it. And the driver behind me has went through the inside, so he's passed me and passed the guy that has spun around. So, well, he didn't spin around. He got tapped. He got punted out by the driver who was dive bombs earlier. I think he was just trying and pushing, well, way too hard, obviously, and he's taken out one of the innocent guys. So yeah, but yeah, it's a shame we didn't really gain a place because we got passed up the inside. So fair play to that guy seeing the opportunity and taking us both. But yeah, yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Here we go into the pit lane, and that is us finished for the day. We finished 39th out of 49 drivers, and in class, I think we finished 15th out of 22nd. So yeah, not a fantastic result by any means, but I did enjoy it, and it was a lot of fun. So thank you to SRK for all the organisers for putting this all on. It's been great fun, and I can't wait for round 2, where the camera will be in a much better position. So thank you all for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. If you have watched this far, thank you very much. See you next time.